And here we go, guys. How's everybody doing? Let's give to people a little bit the time to come in. I'm so excited to talk about this topic today. For those that haven't seen the video promotional always sounds so professional and so, let's just say, unattractive. Those that haven't seen the banner, we're gonna talk about Santa Muerte from an outlaw perspective. So let's just say, look at it both from the lenses of the two cultures that we all love on this channel, the MC culture, motorcycle culture, and the occult culture. I hope everybody is gonna hear me out loud. Let me know from the chat if you can hear me, if you can see me. Today we are trying a new light in here. And why did I say that? The topic of today, it's uncommon, not so much spoken on the net, and at the same time very interesting because, and hello there Fael Pezo, hello there Fred Bisnet. I was actually waiting for you to come in because I've noticed, guys, and give a massive clap to yourself. You are one of those people that it's extremely active on this channel. Literally, I can barely keep up with all the comments that I receive from you. So here that you can hear me, he was hell on earth having the technology to work, but we are under the ground, so into the underworld. So let's just say it's all counted. So as we were talking, and why I'm still waiting for people to a little bit jump in so that we don't miss anybody. Has these 2 days? I know you're gonna be disappointed. Please don't shoot at me. Don't shoot at me. It's going to be only 1 hour due to my needing to work on new projects coming from the channel. So a lot of time when we talk about Santa Muerte, we are used through social medias to mainly see, let's say, the common side of her. So the common perception of this holy skeletal figure that around extremely fast, wishes, wealth, help, and at the same time being seen as a motherly figure. Mainly, it started her background into the Hindus America with a misunderstanding between the Spanish conquistadores and the tribes that they came into contact, and we're gonna see this. So a lot of on YouTube, we get more, I will say, the lightly nice Disney version of it, when instead shows has, what was the show now? Me and my memories, of course, in the live stream, I always need to have bloopers. This is part of my personality. It's unwashed away. May the mother of Jumanji have mercy of me. Breaking Bad shows has Yankees from Netflix. Or if you're like me, you love video games, and I really do, Ghost Recon and Wildlands too. We get more a perspective of Santa Muerte has associated also to undergone occult cultures and undergone cultures, which in this case it will be more like cartel connected in that sense. But the undergone aspect of this type of magic, it's very syncretic. It's more a blend of different cultures brought together, creating, we can say, a massive eclectic one. So this is very interesting because the origins of Santa Muerte itself, they are extremely syncretic. And we're gonna right jump into it. Blessing to Sandy Black. How are you doing, girl? How's everybody doing? And remember, even if there's a lot that we're gonna talk about in this hour, this is an open talk. So if you have questions, you have your own take, you want to know more, you have ideas for new things that you want to see connected to Santa Muerte in a live, mainly, let me know in the chat, guys, because otherwise I'm gonna just talk and talk and talk until your ears are just gonna go flow down, or receiving a tombstone metaphorically from the Undertaker. Yes, WWE found right here, right there. So let's jump into the origins of Santa Muerte. If there are new people here on the channel that has and or have never seen before that very old and odd video of mine called like this live stream, Santa Muerte, an outlaw perspective. Why I say odd? Because it was black and white with some rock music popped out, because editing is still a mystery to me. So I'm gonna go with the academical background and research that I have done to Santa Muerte, very interesting material. So seemingly the origins of Santa Muerte, it comes from a misunderstanding. One of the most, I think, creative, crazy, and wild of ever. So when the conquistadores came for Europe into the Americas, so entering contact with cultures like Aztecs, Mayas, and others, what they brought with them, it was the Bible, of course, due to their needing to expand Christianity over the world. And so they brought also the concept of the Grim Reaper, which lately we're gonna see it's gonna be misunderstood, because for Europeans, really the Grim Reaper was merely just metaphorical concept, metaphorical and artistical in the very sense of art, like sculpturing, paintings, just merely has a representation of the concept of death. So basically explaining and giving a sense to our caducity. So with that, we come to this world, we go, we live the life, we enjoy it if we're lucky, and then under the ground we go. What they actually didn't know about this, it was that these cultures already have their own richness, their own understanding, conception, philosophy about death. So also death emanations connected to this culture. In this case, in the case of Aztec, Mitziquel. I hope I pronounced it right. My Aztec language is not one of the best, even if I was fixated with that culture when I was a kid. So my deep apologies to the underworld if I mispronounced it. And she was the queen of the underworld together with her husband. So imagine having these conquistadores coming to talking about Jesus, about God, about converting, and bringing this skeletal idol to them, and then making, the wrong 2 plus 2, which can be 4 and can be 5, and totally went south as it could for the conquistadors. And they say, oh, I know that. That is the same type of figure that we actually worship. So welcome, let's blend your culture and my culture together. So when I tell you that they didn't make their math correct, absolutely it went so wrong. And due to this happening lately in history, there are other apparitions of Santa Muerte due to the Spanish Inquisition, bringing in a notification from a couple of villages and Mexico City, too, where seemingly it was reported that there were outside tribes venerating this skeletal goddess with offerings, be also human offering. Also in what we can call as term, I stumbled upon it in making researches, and it's one of my favorite one, and I think the best one to call it Narco-Occult culture. Also blood sacrificing bodies like the Aztecs will do. In case you don't know, Aztecs use it to sacrifice, for example, the art to the gods in order to get favors, protections, and you name it from there. So with the Spanish Inquisition, hi Cyber Witch, hi there, lovely girl. I know you were coming. I'm so excited and so honored. She's such an amazing devotee of Santa Muerte. I love it. I learned a lot from her. So Basically, what happened, the Spanish Inquisition went there on place and find out that actually this came a weird clue. So they like super panicked, super gone into, oh my God, what do we do? We cannot let this be there. Absolutely not. And what happened, it was that destroyed completely the wall shrines, and Santa Muerte cultures went completely disappeared under the radar. It was there but disappeared. Then lately, around the, I would say, was it 3040? If I don't want to lie, I think it was the right one. We started to see her coming back as more from a perspective of love helper with infidel husbands and wives that will be praying in black to what we can say the red robe, so the one more connected towards witchcraft, love, and that type of work. And here we come. That's why I started with calling back from that old video a little bit the story of Santa Muerte, because only in the 1980s and first 2000s, Santa Muerte officially will be connected to the undergone culture. A story that comes to my mind is the one of this serial killer that used to chop the ears of his victim and ship them to families. And when he got actually taken in by the police, the only thing that he asked was, "I see where we're going. I'm fine with that. I have no remorse, but can I bring my own Santa Muerte with me to this to the jail?" And that was granted to him. So from there, police have started to pay more attention also to the movement of Santa Muerte, growing up also from contests and cultures, like, for example, the quarter of Tepido, where a lot of people were and still are, for what has been my understanding, in other poor conditions or being casted out by society and casted out also from the church itself. So, from an outlaw perspective, Santa Muerte, from just this massive holy power that can grant every kind of prayer, every kind of petition, becomes more grounded into, let's say, a survival type of current of energy. So, a more also cold behaviored one, because one thing that has been my experience with Santa Muerte as somebody into the 1% MC culture and into the occult culture, and studying also undergone magical cultures like the one mentioned, Narco-Occult culture, it is that spirits change all the times, and they might, not always, but they tend to change, having a shift of consciousness, way to behave, way to respond, react, and move around us on the base of the system of magics or philosophy, mix of cultures, if you have it like me together, and really start to act due to under the rules of these ones. Why it is so? Because, like I was talking with somebody privately in the chat, literally, that got seemingly beaten due to approaching wrong type of people, wrong type of alignment. There might be religious, occult, we can call it like that, microcosm, like gangs. And here I want to make an important distinction for all those that watch this culture. Criminal gangs and motorcycle clubs are not one and the same. They are two different total things. So when you reach out in the messages, guys, pay attention to the terminology that you use, because you could end up actually insulting somebody. I don't take it as an insult, but I do understand that not everyone has that kind of understanding of the terminology and difference between the two. So when we are talking about closet cultural groups, be it gangs, be it cartel, be it criminals group, that operates on the base of a occult, in this case, like, for example, Santa Muerte, every one of them tends to have their own bylaws, and they own way to go. So what does it mean, a way to go? It means that even in approaching Santa Muerte, they will have their own set of rules, set of works, and what is Santa Muerte can be used in these cases is in these places. So in these places, Santa Muerte becomes more grounded death energy that pretty much instead to grant all these favors, she becomes more cold, more grounded. And this is because due to be an example of cartel related to Santa Muerte, which is what we know for the most, as to be her associated, it becomes all about drug trades. So be it just selling it, be it go at wars between gangs and cartels. And so here it comes in that understanding that Santa Muerte, it's not gonna just protect you, it's gonna protect everybody, and it becomes really more of a metaphysical running for who comes first, who gets it better in the relationship with her. Because hear me on this, for a normal practitioner, of course she's going to be motherly, she's going to be loved, she's going to protect you. But when it comes more to grounded contests where people might be fighting for each other, fighting over territories, we're gonna see a total different devotion of Santa Muerte. We're gonna see, for example, I've seen pictures where there were these bullets left right on the feet of Santa Muerte, with written the name of written the name of the victims, that basically of the victims, in order to hit the target rather than miss it, even just with one external, how it is, one external bullet, and another one meant for everybody that will attack or will dare to challenge that specific group of people, or in other cases has been reported by journalists and also the police in these places of bodies that, like the Aztec culture use, will do. In just a moment, I'm going to take on. Well, do you want a moderator? Lee will make a good moderator. She is tolerant and trustworthy. Yeah, I've noticed that there are some seemingly nasty comments coming in. I have a filter on YouTube, and let me tell you this, fair peso, I honestly don't care about these people. So we just go on, and because in the moment in which we pay attention to these people, we give them a lot of power. If we don't, nobody moves. It's like in Jurassic Park. They might not see us, and they might get bored. So we actually not gonna do that. This is not a live stream where we roast the people. So ignore them. Just don't move. Ignore them. Ignore them. They will drive themselves out. And before to continue, yeah, like the T-Rex, exactly. Nobody move. Nobody move. Follow Jurassic Park. Follow Jurassic Park knowledge. Nobody move. So, and anyway, if they don't like it and they are still trolling or be hating on a small channel, high chance this channel is doing better than I really think. Right there. Hot pill and not gun in the room. So, exactly. Like I was saying, so in the undergone culture, we see this type also of offering that for normal occultists, I guess. I never witnessed it with my own eyes, but I've read and I've talked with people that have seemingly seen something like this happening. So these bodies left right there at a shrine of Santa Muerte, they're completely missing skins or parts of the organs or blood, left there with candles. Because why candles? Well, candles are the catalyst and connectors towards the upper levels of the spirit world, due to the smokes going up And this comes also from ancient history too. So Smoxy was more like, I'm bringing you this mortal and in this case platter, I will say, or Tarantino way or old very movie of this way offering and elevate something that it's grotesque, that it's outside the human bylaws or the society bylaws and elevate it to something more sacred. Like, for example, Hannibal Lecter in the TV series of 2013 on the Will Do. So, eating the victims in order to elevate them to something more sacred, what it will do. So this is one of the side also why I think many don't actually talk about this perspective of Santa Muerte when she becomes death for everybody, grant wishes and help. But at the same time, you have to understand that if you call her for hit on somebody, and when I say hit, I mean in this sense, like taking down your adversary, taking down a clan, a club, or the police itself. And this channel doesn't encourage anything or this, nor doesn't encourage committing crimes, just for not get shadow banning again. And I'm sorry if this live stream sounds a little bit lost in translation. I still have to get used to be live on cameras and also bear with me. We're gonna get better in 2025. So I think that this is the reason because a lot of people think that by talking about this hot aspect of Santa Muerte, which is La Negra. So if you ever read about Santa Muerte or you are a devotee of Santa Muerte, you're probably aware, or be this live stream an invitation to be aware about it, that traditionally there are three robes of Santa Muerte: La Blanca, the white one; La Roja, the red one; and La Negra, the black one. So the white one, La Blanca in Spanish, it's the most lively one for healing, for peace, for everything positive that you can think about with bluebirds flying around. When instead La Roja becomes more of the fiery, lovely one for love magic, witchcraft, brujeria. Even if I heard that La Negra, it's more the one for the brujeria because the white one, it's basically the vest of Jesus. It was seen as the vest and the bones of Jesus. When instead, the red one, it was the blood of Jesus. So the blood coming down, it makes sense also if you think that a lot of witches use blood magic when making works about love. And then it comes the black one, the one that I will say it's mistaken as the narco saints, the padronas or los padrones, like I heard that being called into the culture. So the hottest one, the one about witchcraft, necromancy, hexing, cursing, taking down people, death magic, and everything, and the patron of the outlaws. And due to also the association into this culture and the violence that we talked about before, so this cruel, very brutal offerings to temples with bodies, bullets. And the reason why there are bullets, I think I didn't say in that videos, it's because instruments of death, be it a bullet, be it a weapon, be it a gun, be it whatever can be used to take a human life, please don't take a human life, holds a very, very strong connection and key to the underworld. So it goes by itself that for cultures that might, and not all the people into to undergone cultures are actually criminals nor are violent, there is space for people like that, but at the same time there isn't. It's really up to the person and up to morality values, and you go from there. So these are the best offerings, I will say, and they are a lot used. So what happened that, of course, we got also a lot of, let's call it like this, outlaw people. So people outside of the normal bylaws of society gets associated to Santa Muerte, because in praying to Santa Muerte for protection, for wealth, for bringing in the money, bringing in protection from the police, not get caught, not get killed, make it alive, and bring more forward the clan and the club itself. They will, for example, can build like I have my notes here. I'm sorry, I noted down because there was something that I remember last minute. Juarez cartel founder of the Armada Carrillo, that was now was that was a beautiful as blooper, known as the Lord of the Sky, helped financially create in Mexico City a temple dedicated to Santa Muerte as act of veneration, exact as an act of gratefulness to her. So you do the math, and not just of be great and thankful for be still alive, even if it got caught in 2021, now that I remember, got seen by the authorities and police, and the church itself has something satanic connected to death. And the same happened, uh, happened also with the cartel Mena, the Gilberto Garcia Mena, known as the June, that when was arrested in his home, they actually find out, the police, the Mena had built outside his residence a veneration temple for Santa Muerte, which pretty much both the church in 2020, no, 2008, I'm sorry, 2028, we are not even in 2025. In 2028, both, both, is it both? Brought the church, the Roman Catholic Church archdiocese to actually condemn Santa Muerte with the statement that she is not a recognized saint. So it is a saint for evil people, a saint for people that want to worship evilness, want to support the cartels, want to support criminality, violence, and get this rise up, which is far from the truth. Because not all cartel, not all clans, not all members can actually be devotees of Santa Muerte. But you go due to the medias and due to also all these events with the situation between Santa Muerte and criminality and undergone life. And the reply of the military to this bringing of violence, that I repeat again for those coming in lately, if it is the case, Santa Muerte will become connected to the criminality only between the 1980s, first starting of the 2000s. The Mexican military started to take down over 34 shrines on the highway that goes from Nuevo Laredo and Monterrey, Mexico, so destroying all of them. And the reason why they did this, it's because they officially stated they were using more than place of veneration and place of, how can I say, spiritual upbringing and connection, has places for sell drugs, for drug trades, and just more violence, and bringing up a culture to that. Seemingly it's all about just killing people, which is pretty much not. And to remember that we are talking about, in this case, has narco-occult, so the values are different from the NC culture and the occult culture. The occult culture, as we know, it teaches us, of course, a set of behaviors code, like don't use spirits to kill somebody, don't use spirits for greediness, don't use spirits for money, for illegal activities. But usually the occult doesn't bring down a grounded code of behavior. it is more, just to your discretion. When instead of the MC culture, it's more like we have seen about more morals and values of. Um, just a moment now. I know them perfectly. Like I said, I still get a little bit nervous. Let's just run and let's just give it or something to laugh and for me to laugh about later. So about value of brotherhood, of freedom. So still, of course, outlaws, they abide to the bylaws of society, but not exactly as a normal person will do, due to them be called to reply mainly and only to the bylaws of the clubs and their upbringing. Okay, so having more grounded such of mentality, and then the more you go into far into the darkness, you still have extremely strict behavioral code. And Santa Muerte too, the more you approach her, has this cold pitch of energy that stops to see you're requesting as something that you need, because out just of comfort, if you think, if you are all safe into your house, playing praying to get more out of your life, I don't know, a new car, a new house, or a new phone and all. Definitely, this might not be the type of Santa Muerte perspective you want to approach, because she doesn't understand at all what you're talking about. I've been there myself with her when I made a mistake to actually ask her, can you make my normal job be more easy and all? And she's like, I don't understand what you're talking about, because you're living a pretty comfortable life right now, so I don't really see what you want. And remember, guys, that if you have questions, we are now 37 minutes. So drop them. Let me know. Help me out. I think this I was extremely prepared, but it has been a very long week, and a very difficult one. So she is more about what you truly need in order to survive, because these are cultures where pretty much one day your best friend could be there walking with you, the day after he could be dragged out from the feet, or the narco-occult one, and then occult and MC culture could be a thing, but let's just say it really depends from situation. So it's a totally different and grounded level of occultism, because it really forces you to put a thought behind what you're doing, behind why am I getting into a magical act, and also why am I getting associated to a specific group of people, what it is that I want to get out from that table, and that table can bring it to me. So it changed completely even your way to think. It reprogram it in such a fast and untold way that, yes, allows you to be able to choose, like you said many times, what you want to be taken out and replace it into yourself. But at the same time, but at the same time, it's very intense to keep it on the going, because not always in these lifestyles you will have the time to analyze and reach out spirits and have a whole conversation. What should I say? How should I behave? How should I move? And that's why we want to build before to get into survival situations. We want to get that mental muscle automaticity. So let me check a little bit the chat for the question. What does Santa Muerte mean to you personally? So she does not appreciate tourists. She does appreciate tourists, I will say, but depending from Fred, depending from which perspective you are asking. If you are asking it to the most common one of Santa Muerte, so that lovely maternal figure, she is for everybody. In that case, she is for everybody. I heard some people say that it's a closed culture, it's not a closed culture, to be respectful. So I will say that it's more the aspect of it that is whole and encompassing. So, well, instead, if you talk more close towards outsider going into underground cultures, so usually when you need to have somebody bringing you in and introducing you to people, then it's a different type of story. That it's totally a different type of personality, occult level of relationship, and also commitment to Santa Muerte. And what Santa Muerte means personally to me, I look at Santa Muerte as the one of the most inspiring and deep grounded emanation of death itself. So I look at her and I see my own mortality. I see everything that I have been, I went through, I could have gone through, and I could become. And probably I want also all that I will be won't be able to become, because I have the age that I have. I'm 30, so you know, figure from that. And I see her as one of my dark mothers, because I have more than one energy living in this studio. So I see her as survival, has this banner to resilience, through this banner of restraint, of freedom, of potential. But at the same time, if I look at the aspect that of fear, a little bit also of fear in taking it lightly, in not watching exactly the steps that I'm taking in entering a room, the ground, or avoiding even to hear some of our suggestion, depending from situations, depending from places, from people that I'm interacting. So I see her as an integrant part of myself, as we all gonna be dying, and at the same time has a external mirror to me. Like I will say, the abyss staring back at me while I'm staring back at the abyss. And from there, she just bring in all the challenging, the tasks, and all the knowledge that she think I needed in order to manage with what it is my surrounding, my living, and my way to going. So I want to ask the people here in the chat. Today we are blessed that we have so many people, more than the last time. What is Santa Muerte to you personal, guys? Because I know what this Santa Muerte is for me. And it is also like I always say, a lot that I cannot share into in my YouTube channel. And know what it is Santa Muerte for you guys. What does it mean to you? I'm very curious about this, because usually when people ask this question to creators are replying, and then people go silent. Like there is this fear to actually open up and say, based on my culture, my belief, and my surroundings, what I do, Santa Muerte this to me, be this live stream, guys, extremely for you to open up and tell me. This is an open talk, guys. I talk a lot. I gave a lot of informations. I wrote in a lot of, how can I say, knowledge. Probably I don't know if I'm gonna leave up the live stream, because I feel that somehow at this point YouTube is not gonna not allow any monetize due to this, but I fucked it up. Let's just say fucked it up a little bit for tiredness and everything. But seriously, let's take these moments for you guys to write me down in the comment what is Santa Muerte for you. And remember, don't pay attention to those people. Nobody moves in that case. So who's want to go first? I'm gonna check in the meanwhile the chat for be sure that I didn't miss anybody. Absolutely no. So you guys are really gonna make me think that you wanna really just let me hear me talk and talk. Come on, just trust it. I'm here to learn. I find it fascinating. It is very fascinating. You know, the problem with this type of topic that I know it will easily be, an extremely hooking, catching, catching views in terms of analytic and all, is that there is a very small part that can be put down out in the world and can be put also in a live stream, also because uh, I honestly don't suggest to anybody to, well, like I said before, take a body and make it as an offering. I can see the potential, like the body will say in the Hinduism, so different cultures, but for make a comparison of getting into the mentality to overcome, the fear of death, the fear of having to deal with dangerous situations, also just in our day-to-day life. And here Santa Muerte comes in as a massive blessing, because who more than an emanation of death can put us and our soul to the chest on the ground for how we're going to be managing in these cases. But there are some informations that in the hands of wrong people could actually give more hate to this culture, to Santa Muerte. And so again, giving these wrong ideas that all the devotees of Santa Muerte are actually criminals, are actually mentally deviated and evil people, when it's not so. Actually, by a study, it was proven that the majority of Santa Muerte devotees are not into illegal activities nor in violent upbringing. So it really depends from which side of the road you decide to go. It's a personal choice. Be evil and committed certain type of actions. It's completely up to us. Nobody, and I stress it, and this was one of the first lessons that when I got into the MC culture, Santa Muerte told to me, understand that it is you that is in charge of your own actions, on your own way to behave, approach people, approach spirits, approach any type of situation. There is nobody else out there that is in charge of what you're going to do. So that's why even when I make just normal content, not connected to Santa Muerte and MC culture and local culture, I make sure to keep it as safe as I can for people, in order to not drive people on wrong places. So let's hear here. I was always under the impression that Santa Muerte was good for people who were familiar with that. Definitely yes. So you don't have any personal connection myself. So yes and no. So like we said, Santa Muerte is an emanation of death, or many will tell you that she is death herself, or has this live stream for how chaotic it has been, brought you that there are culture in which she is 364% death current energy, death grounded experience. So even the ritualistic and the spell casting and the understanding of her, it's extremely grounded into darkness, into all aspects of her. I will say that having a background of understanding about the death current, death magic, and the underworld, through many spiritual and different religions, philosophy of cultures, that can help a lot in connect with her, because at the end, what every single culture and religions with the most respect out there, because like we said before, there are cultures that they are very strict and they have a very small percentage of space and tolerance for mix and matching and rebranding, for say it like this. We are all doing one and the same. So the knowledge and the gnosis, how you want to call it, the splinters of knowledge coming and cutting through our skin and staying out there for the rest of the life, it's all different. It's going to be different due to our surrounding and our cultures being different. So this is why it is important to keep an open mind and an open approach when we are talking about the death current, because at the same time, even if she is an emanation of death, death in Western society it's a taboo. So a lot of the magic and a lot of the spiritual work, even for people into gangs or into to the dark undergone street, basically it's how can I say, it's one and the same. It's gonna be it's gonna be very different. So death is transformative, but at the same time, the news it changed us for the good, for the better, and in different ways. It's extremely personal. And what now I remember what I wanted to say about that. So it is mainly a non-canonical type of working when it's about death current. And this happens, I'm looking all the time to the chat, so if you see me looking in strange directions, it's due to that. It's mainly early subjective. It's a relationship where we are called to face our own mortality, to be sure that we're gonna have a good death, that we have done everything that we had on the famous or infamous, depending from the quality of your life, list of things to do before to die in order to be happy and not remain stuck in here, because I do believe nobody want to remain stuck in here. If you have a different opinion about that, I respected it. So, but at the same time, it is not the type of culture for cultural magical works for everybody, because it's extremely intense and can create around you if wrongly ended, wrongly approached, and lightly approached. So lightly approached, it means basically, just approaching it and say, oh no, it's not for myself. I'm gonna walk out and go to do something lightly. It doesn't really work like that, because wrongly handed, so I would say it's more a little bit for advanced level of occultism I will do. Please, Oli, if you are still in the chat, to back up me with this, because this I'm interested about this. It's more the type of current that can isolate you unwantingly, and that it's a little bit where it comes in yes and no to people familiar with death. So definitely wanna keep an eye on that, because every death current related the type of entity, it's actually connected to this raw potential energy. Even the one, let me see in this, the one there, you have seen the patch, even the one there comes with their own energetical vibes. Are there any other question before that I'm starting to rumbling again? We got 6 like, not bad for a very chaotic live stream. Not bad. Not bad. I'm gonna do better probably. I think this live stream is not gonna remain uploaded on the channel. No, but I still trying. People have to try. She is right here behind me. You cannot see her, but you can see the bones. The bones here. Let me just take her a little down from there while you guys think if you have questions or you have. Well, this question also connected just to projects of the channels and everything. Like I said, today we're gonna go like always with the flow on this channel. And let me take care. Please don't fall down, because I just fixed you this week. So I'm not gonna have any traditional Santa Muerte statues like you know. And here we are. Let me see, how do I get it? My camera messing up with me in the last minute. Here we are with my own personal Santa Muerte. This is how she actually appeared to me when I started to study all these cultures and undergone occult culture too. So that's why I created her. This bandana, for example, it was something that I bought for me. And in the moment in which I came actually into the studio with it, she was like, I want it. That mine, your hat is mine. Also, the hat, it was bought from me. No, I'm not daring to take it away and try it. No, definitely. Definitely. No, don't touch me. No, no, no. Yeah, I know, I fucked it up. Isn't it beautiful when you fucked up a live stream? Isn't it beautiful? Absolutely, we wanna have a talk. When you get roasted by spirit, Ritan, you cannot say anything about that. So it was actually interesting because, well, you can pretty much say that this is not real bones. This is not something that you will actually find in some boutique and everything. Was pretty much another with decoration that has been consecrated to my own visions and the vision the spirits gave to me about blending together MC culture and Narco culture, and then also learning from, like I mentioned before, dangerous cultures like the Narco-Occult one, which is not for anybody. And if you approach that type of culture after the live stream, please do it more as, academical interesting purposes. Don't go there. Don't go there in practicing it actively. It's not that cup of tea that you really want to go into. I do just because I am a sucker for knowledge, and I have a very, very weak spot for everything, any culture that it has its own darkness and lights, and really challenge me into find the positive and greatest way to use that knowledge that normally could be used for nasty purposes together for help people for the greater good. Because definitely I can use magic for pretty much anything, but there are still some invitation to energies. Like we said, names are an invitation, so even actions are open invitation to type of energies to come towards us. So this was interesting because when I went into the shop to buy the skeleton actually followed me straight. It was like somebody throwing it to the shelf and hit me. And I brought her home, and she just came alive. And before I used it to be on our old table, that where now there is the altar that everyone has seen. Let me tell me, guys, if you really want to know also the story of how I brought home the altar, because it went a lot in teachings from occult MC culture blended together. Well, I was driving for the first time and bringing home, and Santa Muerte was all about choking and being extremely tough on me, since the radio of the van that I took it up that I rented was as crooked as it could be, and it was a human death trap to drive. But I survived. The altar came home, and it just changed the whole the whole rules, energies of the house. And here we are, Fireplace. I hope you do tell the story. Absolutely, I could actually make a video or a static post about this, because, like I said today, guys, we keep the live stream only 1 hour due to having another project that I'm working on, and I want to tell you what it is, because, like I said, I messed up this live stream. I take my own accountability and responsibility. Be disapproved that the content of this channel works for real in terms of making a person accountable of all mistakes, bad ideas, and be a newbie. Be making YouTube videos, but I always bring my personality in every single video I live stream. So I'm just gonna get better in 2025. Let's just make this be the last live of 2024, so that I can work better on be a better content creator and less of a shitty ones next year. Yeah, I know. I had my time to work this. Yeah, I know. I really had my times. I really had my test please also over there. Let's not get distracted. Remember, up there's Griselda Blanco altar too. So I'm getting roasted by all the directions. The only one that is silence is the altar one, but I have the 1% their patch. So it's very, very interesting. But the energy there is still coming down. So I'm fine with just have two entities roasting me, that not even on RuPaul Drag Race show show happen. So I hope you guys had fun today. The hours ended up. Thank you so much, guys, from me, Santa Muerte, Griselda Blanco, and all the others energy that have been here for come to the live stream. Like I said, I still have to choose if I'm keeping the live stream or not up. I want to leave this to you guys. Somebody said, enjoyed your words today. Great job. Blessing. Yeah, I could do a greater job, Broadly. I know that you're true lovely. She is literally true lovely. I'm so blessed in knowing some of you guys. You always make my heart bouncing. And let's make something fun and challenging. She is suggesting it right here in the comment sections, or if you prefer, so people see better, hit that comment section under the live stream of this video and the commentary. Do you call it the commentary? But it's the community section. Well, let's call it the community section commentary under the banners. There are 2 banners about this live. If you want me to keep it up or you want me to take it down. And be honest, guys, I know that you are let's take some extra minutes to talk about you guys. Let me. Oh, you want to stay here? Okay, my hand is falling asleep, but it's okay. It's okay. We can do that. So I know that some of you guys, like I said at the start of the live stream, I know that at least 3-4 people of you are the most active out there, and I'm joking to everybody with this because I don't leave anybody out. Be honest. If you think that a live stream, a video content could be done better, just write it down. Just say it out loud. I have a thick skin. It doesn't look like I might look like a soft cutie or whatever it is. No, I can take it. I'm a big girl. I deal with a lot on a normal day-to-day life. So just be honest. Just trust to be yourself. Like I always said, I love and my spiritual love to work actively with you all. That's why I create polls where I'll let you vote. If you want to go live, don't go live. You want a more normal video. That's why I make actively questions to you in the live stream and in the comments, in the static post, because I really want to build this space with you guys. I have the knowledge. That's of course knowledge that I can pull out, knowledge that I can't pull out for keep it safe, the space and everything. And at the same time, this is knowledge for you. These videos are for you guys. So like before in the chat, you see somebody had questions, somebody had his own opinion, somebody has his own thought. No fearing in coming out with them, in reaching out with them, in bring them into a consultation. By the way, the website, I think it's going to come out to be active again tomorrow. Just bring them. Who told you that you can't have your own opinion and tell me your own take? Who is that told to you? Just unlearn that. Be nice to them. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice. May the mother of Jumanji have a mercy of you guys, but just trust it. Just trust this. And you have seen I'm extremely active in reply to everybody out there. I'm extremely active. I reply as I can. So trust this. And remember, let me know in the comments here or in the community section if you want or you think the live stream went so good that we should keep it out up or not. And at the same time, be honest in doing it. Be honest. Do it for the greater good of the channel. Do it for the greater good of the channel. So let me read the last comments. It was so good. Keep it up. Keep it. Yes, keep it. We have free keep it. Anyone who has the gut to make a video and go live as my respect, I only want to support you here. Oh, the gut that I have. I make a fool out of myself in these videos with bloopers, making chaotic due to tiredness and everything. When you work on projects, your brain just doesn't snap as that of a normal person. So I'm so sorry, guys. It has been very chaotic. I'm gonna do better in 2025. I promise. I promise. I promise. Keep me accountable for this. And remember, from now on in live, if we have haters, we have trolls and everything, nobody moves. T-Rex, collective T-Rex, moving. Collective T-Rex collaboration. Let's ignore them. Let them come in. That's actually let me know that the channel is doing better than I thought. And by the way, do you know they're actually haters? And then I'm gonna go, guys. If you have channels, you have blogs or whatever it is, take this occult pearl and this girl right here, teach it to me. For example, teach it to me this, and I ask her there, how do I deal with haters? How do I deal with hard-headed people? She just told to me, just be nice, behave, see their point, be respectful, and then take inspiration for free content creation. Oh yeah, you heard that right. That are the best critics. So guys, I'm happy to have been here with you for this live stream. Please have mercy on it, have mercy. Go to command, and at this point, we're gonna have a live stream next year so that we can do it better. We can do it better. If we don't see and we don't choke, guys, Happy New Year. May this be extremely rich of opportunities, blessings, and everything that you need. I'm gonna definitely put a chalk with the spirit in this room, and I hope you have a nice day or evening or whatever it is. Here it's evening, but have a nice, guys, and you are extremely loved. Bye, guys. And again, the bloopers. Okay.